In the 1900s, brass band arrangements of When the Saints were used in jazz funerals in the Deep South, especially in New Orleans, the capital of Dixieland jazz. That's because the words talk about the saints marching up to heaven, a great idea at a funeral. Today, the New Orleans Saints football team uses it as the team's fight song. In this clip, let's revisit some of the material we've already studied, such as ties, C and G7 chords, half rests, and the new repeat sign. First of all, let's take a look at the three notes at the very beginning where it says, "Oh, when the." If you look at the time signature, you will notice right away that there are supposed to be 4 beats in a measure, but we only see 3. So 1 beat is obviously missing. Where is it? These first 3 notes then do not make a complete measure. The group is short by 1 beat. Where is it? These are called upbeats, notes which come before the first full measure. All right, you will notice that there is a measure at the very end of the piece that does have only 1 beat. Aha, we have found the missing beat. This too is an incomplete measure, but it still gets numbered in the total output of measures. Upbeats get their names from the upward motion of the conductor as he or she moves their baton on the beats. For example, beats 2, 3, and 4 can be upbeats. So in our music, we hear, "Oh, when the saints," or "Oh, when the saints" on beats 2, 3, 4, 1. So there is no beat 1 in our first measure at all. To get the feeling of the upbeats, make sure that you do clap on 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Now listen to the notes used for that little motive. C, E, F, G. When you come to the G, you will want to hold that note for 5 beats because of the tie. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. This little pattern of notes is sometimes called a motive or a repetitive musical idea. A motive is used to build the music and move the piece forward. It's a building block. So we hear over and over C, E, F, G at the beginning of the piece. Here, here, and here. This is how the composer is developing his material. Listen. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Always remembering that the first group of notes is not a measure, but rather upbeats. Now the third time we hear the motive, it is followed by notes that skip down and then back up. There it is. Let's listen to the first 2 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Another tie. Now, following the first 4 notes, or the motive, the left hand also strikes 4 times, only with chords instead of single notes. Listen. And it does it again. Listen how that effect sounds hands together. C, E, F, G. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. There we go. Now, when we get to line 2, notice how the left hand has to lift on beat 3 to show the half rests. Does this remind you of something we did earlier on an earlier piece? This is exactly how the rhythm was in Lightly Row. we had to lift on beat 3 every time. Listen to the third set of upbeats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And you will want to wait for that extra rest, quarter rest, at the beginning of this line. Now, when you come to line 3, make a special attempt to count the rhythm, since the note values frequently change. Quarter notes, dotted half note, more quarter notes, a dotted half note, a half note. And the tie actually obscures the beat, so we're not really going to hear beat 1 in the right hand. Listen as I play and count on line 3. I'm starting on beat 3. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And you will notice that even though the right hand holds 3 counts, the left hand has to actually lift on beat 3 because it only has a 2-note chord. So once again, we're going to hold our dotted half note even though we lift on beat 3 for the half note chord, like this: 1, 2, off, or 1, 2, off. And of course, the left hand has single notes on finger 2 on F here. Line 4 is nearly identical to line 2. It has the exact same rhythm and just one small note change in the second measure. Notice we have E, F, G, E, D, whereas before it was E, F, G, E, C. And so it changes to a D in line 4. This is how line 4 will sound. 1, 2, off, 2, 1, 2, off, 2, C. Now when we get to the end of the piece, notice we have double bar line and double dots. That indicates to play the whole piece twice. It's a repeat sign. And remember, there are 2 verses in our funeral procession piece. Now, let's listen all the way through to When the Saints. Let me give you some preparation beats before the upbeats. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, off, 2, 1, 2, off, 2. Rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, off, 2, 1, 2. 3, 4. Repeat. Etc. You know how it goes. One of the greatest challenges in this piece are the independent rhythms between the hands, especially in line 3. Practice your hands separately, and when you put them together, challenge yourself to count out loud. Remember, if the New Orleans football team beat their opponents while humming this tune, you can master the independent rhythm in both hands. Good luck with learning this piece, and go Saints!